Due to the government shutdown, nobody's here to do it themselves, so the Libertarian Party's here to do it for them.
We're here at the Cuyahoga Valley National Park where local libertarians are filling in the role of the federal government of maintaining and taking care of the parks while the government is in shutdown. This begs the question, is this even a role that the federal government should have? Tell me what you're doing and what you hope to accomplish here today.
Well, we're out here, cleaning off the stairs, making it safe for people who want to come out and enjoy the falls. Stepping in when the federal government's not working and not functional.
Right now, we're shoveling around all the paths here in Brandywine National Park. Due to the government shutdown, nobody's here to do it themselves, so the Libertarian Party's here to do it for them.
I hope they see that people can come out and do what needs to get done. Like the government shut down, the government's working, people care about the community, they care about the parks, and they'll step up when they need to step up, and that's what we're here for today.
We believe in voluntary action and in taking care of ourselves, and for me not to come down and help out when it's needed would be just crazy and irresponsible. So I felt a calling to come down and do what I can. We're going to remove garbage, we're going to sweep the sidewalks, we're going to do whatever else we think would normally be done by park personnel, and in their absence we'll fill in, because we're just trying to be responsible citizens.
So when people watch this footage, what do you hope they get out of it? What's the message you're trying to send?
Maybe that the federal government doesn't need to be doing so much things, that we can do it as volunteers, and maybe even do a better job.
Volunteering is a good way to get things done. It can get the healthcare system done, welfare. It can change a lot of things.
Wow, how do these steps get so clean without the federal government? Do you know what the people over there sweeping the sidewalks and stuff is doing?
Yeah, I actually talked to them. They're a libertarian group, and they're, what did he say? We believe in practicing what we preach, and which is basically self-service and that type of thing. And so, yeah, I'm all for them.
So what do you think about them out here doing that in the absence of the federal government doing it?
I think it's actually pretty good.
Instead of the federal government doing it, they're doing it in their place. What do you think about that?
Well, I think that the government shutdown has to stop, and I think that we have to be aware that there are people who are not working and not getting a paycheck. They don't have any way to fund their families.
Well, what do you think about them stepping up and doing it themselves instead of getting paid? They just come out here. Libertarians don't believe that the federal government should own national parks. They don't think that people should be paid by the federal government off of taxpayer dollars. So they're out here doing it themselves for free. What do you think about that?
I think that if it's taking somebody's job away, then it's not good, because people rely on that.
So we just spoke with a woman who said that what you guys are doing here today is actually harmful because you're taking away people's jobs who work for the federal government, who would instead be getting a paycheck for cleaning the bridges here today. What do you think about that?
I believe the park was founded as a political group of citizens coming together and wanting to have land for all of us to share. And I don't think it was ever a jobs program. I think it was meant for the public to enjoy the beautiful natural environment, and I still want to do that regardless of what the federal government is doing. And I'm just here to shovel so we can all go take walks in the park.
Do you think it's necessary for the federal government to do these types of jobs for parks, or do you think that's something that should be left up to citizens volunteering?
Well, I can imagine a lot of ways. Usually what we're talking about when we're talking whether government does something or the private sector does something or citizens do it on their own isn't so much about whether the job gets done or whether the job is a desirable one, but it's about who's going to pay for it and how that happens. A lot of this land was donated or sold at fire sale prices to the government to make this park. Now it started as private land, and there's no reason it couldn't be again. I can imagine the parks being run a different way than they are now, and then we wouldn't have these problems where, like, the restrooms are closed. Where are people going to go to the bathroom? They're going to go to the bathroom right there, and that's not good for the world. That's not good for any of us.
Want to add anything else?
Taxation is theft.
Perfect. We love it.
An energized quantum state or an energized atomic state. What does that mean? It means it's pure. And it means the properties of what it does in the body in interaction with other properties is pure, is unadulterated, is original, is first generation. This has been quite a quest for InfoWars when we discovered that there's a whole UN world government plan to remove even crappy forms of iodine out of food so that people can't absorb it. When I say crappy forms, I mean types that are bound to other elements so your body doesn't get absorption. This is an essential element in the body, just like vitamin C, just like oxygen, just like water. And first, doing research, we got the best seaweed base, but it was still weak, and we had issues with supply, and then leftists found out 6 years ago that we were involved, that it was InfoWars, so they cut us off. And then we came into X2 that was from oil and gas drilling at about 7,000 to 12,000 feet, getting pure crystals for truly pure iodine. We had to go through the DEA to get it and all these controls. Then the oil companies caught on that we were getting it, and they tried to jack up prices and cause us problems. And I didn't want to raise prices, so I cut my contract off with them. And we went out and did a huge industry research and found out we could get the same deep earth crystals, probably even pure. You're talking about like 99999% pure. And then the chemists and others explained to us that you need other types of basic iodine to make sure it gets fully absorbed. So this has all three types of iodine. And then it's got a tiny amount of vitamin C that doesn't let it oxidize and basically keeps it in its energetic state, or its quantum state, its atomic state. And again, atomic doesn't mean radioactive, that just means it's pure on the periodic table. This is X3. I am so excited about X3 that out of the gates we're bringing it to you at 50% off in the 1 ounce and the 2 ounce bottles. Now we didn't have X2 in a 2 ounce bottle. We do for X3, so you can stock up on it. It really is beyond game changing. It's essential. Survival Shield X3, Nascent Triiodine in 2 ounce and in 1 ounce bottles. And you don't just get a key element that's essential to human life on this planet. You also fund an operation that's promoting the First Amendment, the Second Amendment, the whole 9 yards. I mean, quite frankly, I've got all these scientific documents and all these notes from chemists and all these facts, but I'm just gonna tell the viewers, just like our information has changed the world, just like it pisses the establishment off, anything I'm gonna bring you is the very best. It's like any of our products. I'm like, what is the top product? What is the best tested? What is absolutely highest rated? I want to put a formula out stronger and better and lower the price. We're always innovating. We're always researching. But quite frankly, it's been oppression and it's been people trying to block our supply chain that made us go out and really do the hard work to discover what is the very best documented form of iodine. And it's all three types fused together, energized by a small amount of vitamin C that stabilizes it. 3 forms of iodine is better than 1. And so that's why X3 is so amazing. That's why all the results we've got and the trials we have with Crew and others are so breathtakingly cool. If you liked X2, you're gonna love X3 at InfoWarsLife.com. The next level in human awakening.